You're watching Inland Sports, your local sports leader. Highlights, interviews, and insight you won't find anywhere else. Brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. Inland Sports hosted by Pep Fernandez. Honored by the Southern California Interscholastic Football Coaches Association, the National Football Foundation, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the CIF Southern Section Champion of Character.
Hey, what's up, Pep? Too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
Fox Sports.
Indeed.
There we go. Now. You can listen on these when
We're taking over the galaxy, far, far away. And I got a lot of problems with you people.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to tell you about them. You're going to sit there and you're going to like it. You're going to tell me all the problems that you have with me. And I'm sure the list is long. Actually, my problems, my grievances, my issues with everyone has to do from like a media standpoint to local teams. Today is a very special Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. It's our annual Festivus show. If you're not familiar with the Festivus, it's a holiday from Seinfeld, and part of it is you air your grievances. Whatever annoys you, bothers you, disappointing from, what someone did that disappoints you, anything like that, we're going to just be honest here. We're going to let it all hang out. We're going to let you know what annoys us, the disappointments in this calendar year.
But let's keep it to what's relevant to the Inland Sports Show. We could really go off the rails with their grievances about everything everybody has.
I've got a lot of issues with a lot of people.
You do. You have issues with yourself.
PG-18.
We've got a lot to get to. We're gonna talk more about Festivus a little bit later in the show.
Are we going to do feats of strength?
We could. There's a steel pole around here. We could use that as the steel pole. Because Festivus really can't end until we have the feats of strength, right?
That's
No.
right.
So the holiday doesn't end until that
We gotta
happens.
pin someone.
I think that's before you eat.
Is it?
Yes,
It is.
Before
Yes,
you break
it
bread?
It is. You
Oh,
air
man.
grievances before you break bread, and you have feats of strength.
So it's like saying grace, but you...
George had to wrestle, right?
Yeah, he had to fight his father.
Yeah.
Come on, George, fight your father.
Yeah.
All right, we're not even talking sports. We're a sports show, Pep. Come on.
It's going to be fun. We've got a lot of Festivus to get to, but first off, we're going to talk high school football. Notre Dame, tough loss on the road last night. David Zink from the Press Enterprise was there. We're going to break that down. We've got Eric Zomalt, head coach of Citrus Hill, calling in a little bit later to talk about their state regional against Calabasas. And a little bit later in the show, in our second and third segments, we'll talk about Centennial against De La Salle and why this year's game is different from the rest of those Centennial De La Salle matchups. This one's different from the rest, and we'll tell you why. It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website. Boot camp, personal training, travel ball teams, whatever you are into and you want to get better, there's only one place, Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. AdrenalineAthletic.com. Spoiled, quick, quality oil change in Riverside. It's right there in the title. If you want to be spoiled when getting the oil changed in your car, it can be a pain in the butt. We all know it. But not there. Bill Navigato and his team will treat you right the first time, get you in and out in a hurry. And also a shout out to Orange Crest, Junior All-American football and cheer. They're on board for a very special broadcast tonight as Citrus Hill is taking on Calabasas in the state regional, the Inland Division champions at home for the state Southern California title in Division 2A. And that game will be live on Teen Vision and Teen Vision's TV channel. So TV channel, the Cube online, it will be live. Inland Sports in our whole studio. If you guys didn't see it last week, it was amazing. We are going to have a live pregame show. We are going to have a live postgame show. Head coach Ron Garinger from San Gorgonio will be sitting down with us. It's going to be awesome. So if you want to check out a live pregame show from Citrus Hill, Better than NFL Game Day. The set's awesome. That's tonight at 7 o'clock on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. And as soon as that game goes final, you watch it on Team Vision. As soon as it goes final, tune it over to the Inland Sports YouTube channel, and you can check us out with the live post-game show with interviews and highlights from the game. All right, more Citrus Hill in a moment when Eric Zomalt, the head coach, calls in. But right now, Notre Dame, the Northwest Division champions, going on the road to Chula Vista to take on Mater Dei in the state regional for Division 5 AA. Zink, you made it back, and you look fairly dry.
I am dry. My backpack's still wet.
It was wet.
It was really wet. It was raining, the type of rain that when it hits you, it makes a splash on you. I mean, it was really like large drops and eventually large hail at one point. I think about 3 times during the game there was lightning. Chula Vista, man, rocking, man, when it comes to rain. It was raining like crazy. I didn't see rain on the roads here at all. Get down there and it's pouring.
It was raining.
The whole game, it was just an absolute deluge. I mean, everybody was soaked, head to toe. You didn't have to throw Gatorade on anybody because they're already wet.
So I was following along on social media. You know me, I'm a diva. I got to stay indoors. It's way too much rain and wet outside. So I was following along. Our boy, Jaden Gardner, touchdown catch with, 11 seconds to go?
Yeah.
So there was a chance. They pull within a touchdown. There was a chance. Onside kick, right? You got to recover that.
And they just drilled it. They drilled it right at one of the Mater Dei players. It's like fielding a ground ball, from your knees. He just kind of fell on it, and the game was over. The game was, 3 turnovers killed Notre Dame, and that's uncharacteristic for them. They usually don't turn the ball over at all. And they moved the football, but they killed drives with 2 interceptions, killing drives, and then a fumble at midfield by Wesley Smith on a bad exchange between he and Niles Harrell. But honestly, it was so wet that I can't blame anybody for any of that because there were a lot of balls that went through hands. There were
was
a lot
it
of
turf
missed
or was it grass?
It was field turf.
Was
it was
it?
very beautiful school down there in Chula Vista, like a $40 million facility that was built 7 years ago. The football field looks like a college football field. But C.J. Verdell went for like 219 yards. Couple long touchdowns.
For Mater Dei.
Yeah, and that's really what kind of sealed it. But great year by Notre Dame. They had 14-1. I think this is the most games they've ever played in a football season and the most wins they've ever had in a season. So
Ever. And that's a long history, too. Notre
58 years of football.
That's crazy. So you were down there, standing in the rain. Was there a big turnout from the Notre Dame fans that went down there? Did
Surprisingly,
they travel well?
I looked on because I set my odometer to see how far it was.
Yeah.
Round trip from my house in Riverside was 234 miles, so 117 miles either way.
Yeah.
And there was still probably 300, maybe 400 people there. Very small visitor bleachers, but even at that, they were reasonably well filled. But it wasn't the same crowd that was at Linfield.
Well, congratulations to Notre Dame, the CIF champions. Still a remarkable season. The best they've had in, 4 decades? Close to 4 decades?
Yeah, since 77, this is the best season.
And to go on the road and come so close, still proud of them. Couldn't be more proud of them representing the Inland Empire and doing so well. So Notre Dame's season comes to a close. Citrus Hill will play tonight. Centennial plays next Saturday at Sacramento State against De La Salle. We'll talk about that in the second segment. Eric Zomalt, the head coach of Citrus Hill, will be calling the Inland Sports Show here in just a moment. Let's kind of set up that matchup. So Calabasas won their first CIF championship, but a lot of their star players are not going to be playing in the Citrus Hill game tonight, the state regional.
That's probably going to be a difference changer. Calabasas actually is favored by Cal Prep to win that game, with or without whatever they have, just based on what they've done. They're favored. So I'm still going to say it's going to be a really good game, and if Citrus Hill gets one over, that'd be great.
Citrus Hill, as we pointed out last week, did not attempt a single pass in that victory against Heritage. I have a good authority. Won't reveal my sources here on the air. On good authority, Zomalt did call 2 pass plays, but when they got to the line and saw what Heritage's defense was doing, they called it off and went back to the run. So there's twice they thought about throwing. What's crazy is they've got 2 really good receivers, but it doesn't matter if it's not pretty, right? You just got to win football games.
Right.
Run the ball, play defense. That's what they're hanging their hat on right now. So Calabasas, in case you don't know, because I didn't know a lot about them, I had to do some homework here. They are, let's see, on the season, where's the record at? 13-1. Citrus Hill's 12-2. One of the big names ejected in that CIF finals not playing tonight is Keyshawn Johnson's son, Keyshawn Johnson Jr., who's a stud receiver. He's not going to be playing against Citrus Hill tonight.
Wow.
So,
All things point to good things for Citrus Hill.
Yeah, so I was talking to Ron Garinger. He's going to join us on the live pregame show from Citrus Hill tonight, the head coach from San Gorgonio. There's local ties to Calabasas. There's several guys from this area now coaching over there. Chris Hayes, who won a Super Bowl title from San Gorgonio, he was telling me his son plays and is one of the top players for Calabasas. So there could be some IE Calabasas folks representing here for the Coyotes here at Citrus Hill High School. So that could be interesting.
That it?
Local angle for you. So
Would
Citrus
be.
Hill, 12-2, 5 CIF championships. They're first in the Inland Division, and that's with the big boys. Is that fair to say? Nothing against those Eastern Division titles, but when you're talking about the Inland Division, that's something special.
Yes, it is a higher division.
So
Inland by chance is like a Division 3, Division 4 program, or that would be like a 1, 2, 3, or 4. I mean, if Centennial's 1. You have the West Valley number 2. They're likely 3 or somewhere around there, right?
That's true. So let's say Citrus Hill wins tonight. They will play the winner of Mountain View and Pleasant Valley up in Northern California.
And I got Pleasant Valley in that game.
Do you know why?
Well, it's because I got a feeling about them. I just know they throw the football well, they run well, they play good defense. They don't turn the ball over.
You know what they say about the Vikings at home, right?
What do they say about the Vikings at home, Pep?
They don't lose.
They don't lose. They're tough to beat.
There we go.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Well,
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I covered the Pleasant Valley Vikings.
Well, I mean, because, big-time programs do big-time things in big-time games.
Year after year, right?
Yeah, year after year.
Who's the most famous Pleasant Valley alum? Pleasant Valley High School Viking.
Let's go with...
I've mentioned this guy on the show before.
Would he happen to be...
Cover what?
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers?
Possibly?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to...
Pleasant Valley High School covered that guy in high school.
I was trying to be polite. He just stole my answer.
He jumped in there. But right now, let's go straight to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. It's a good friend of the show. He's preparing for the big game tonight against Calabasas. It's our friend. It's the head coach of Citrus Hill, Eric Zomalt. Coach, how are you doing today? A fine day for football.
That's right. What's up, Pep? What's going on?
Man, we are doing great. I'm glad to see the rain is past. You guys ready to get this cracking?
Yeah, Pep, but I was doing my rain dance, though, man. They air it out, man, and so, I was hoping that the weather might give us a little bit of help, but it'll be a great night.
Well, it's no shock that you guys are running the football and doing it very well, so you would actually embrace the rain, right? Because you guys want to keep it on the ground and not throw it anyways, right?
It's been crazy. We've thrown the ball, in the past every year, and we've had a ton of success, but every week in the playoffs, there would be a night where it would just be, it'd be wet, and windy, and it hadn't happened this year, and it's like the one time that we don't throw the ball. In the postseason, we have great weather, so, but it's been good. We've been winning, so I can't complain.
Yeah, you've got two great running backs. You've got some great receivers, too, but Dumar Fisher and, of course, Devin Floyd, the dude. Man, when you got two guys like that, it's not a bad call to go to the running game and keep handing that ball off. Was that by design? I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty. There's no style points. You just want to win some football games, right?
At the end of the day, we do want to win, but there was a process. I mean, you do what you've done, and we've had a good amount of success throwing the ball, and this year, we weren't able to do it as well as we've done it in the past, and so we had to kind of rethink and retool our offense, and we had those two guys, and we talked about it a little bit in the summer. We kind of flirted with it, but change sometimes is it's slow to happen. So we finally decided about halfway through the year that we're going to commit ourselves to running it, and things are going our way.
We're talking with Citrus Hill head coach Eric Zomalt here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM, and live and amplified all over the world on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Coach, is the state regional, is this kind of like icing on the cake to the CIF championship? Was the goal, do you feel like the goal was kind of met by winning the Inland Division title, and this is just kind of the icing to the season?
Not for us, man. We want to continue to win and continue to play for as long as we can. It is, and it was. I got to be honest. I mean, this has been an unbelievable run for our kids in the past month. I mean, we were down, since the second round of the playoffs, late in the game against Redlands, they fought their way and had some great nights and great finishes. And then we played, really well in the championship game. But this group is they want it all. They want to win state. So I'm excited about and looking forward to tonight.
Hey, Coach Zilma, Angel here. I talked to Dumar Fisher last week after the CIF title game, and he talked a little bit about separation through preparation. Could you go a little bit into the work that this team's put into this season and just the results that came of it?
You know what? I mean, we've kind of had the same way of going about, our same process, same way of going about our business. But the one thing, and it's interesting, just kind of in hindsight, when the Cal Preps preview comes out, they ask, like team strengths and weaknesses and whatever, and I put down as our team strength is the confidence, that this group has, and they've won a lot of games since they were freshmen, and all the way through this senior group I'm talking about, and so I think that's really kind of the difference, and I don't know if we practice the same that we've always, the way we've always done it, but there's something about this senior group, man, they really refuse to lose.
Hey, Coach, before we let you go, because I'm sure you're very busy today preparing for the game, I talked to your mom for a while at the CIF championship game. She gets into it, Coach. She's like jumping around and, screaming. And, I mean, has she always been like that? And is she your biggest supporter?
Man, she's been that way since we first put on pads. Man, my mom, she loves football. And, and she's always been real kind of, animated and emotional about it. And just, she celebrates every little thing. And so, when I was in high school, my teachers would always say, oh, your mom was at the game, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I know. I can tell.
I heard her.
Yeah. So that's just kind of, she's that way with my kids and my nephews when they play. She loves football, and she has a real passion for it. And so she'll have her sideline pass tonight, and she'll be fired up.
Other than you, Coach, who's her favorite team?
Her favorite team?
Yeah, like in any level of football. Who's your mom root for?
I don't know. I mean, she has a bunch of, Eagle stuff, because, I was there for a little while. And so, but, if you ask her, she'll probably say, like, the Rams or somebody from, like, the 70s, I honestly, I don't even know.
Well, Coach, best of luck tonight. We'll be out there for that Calabasas game, and keep this thing going, man. This is, like you said, not icing on the cake. State championship in your sight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Eric Zomalt here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Once again, that game, Calabasas versus Citrus Hill, will be live on Team Vision. And check out live pregame and postgame shows right here on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. When we come back, we're going to break down Centennial versus De La Salle. The Festivus will continue. And we've also got more news on the IE All-Star Football Classic. You won't hear this news anywhere else but on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
That we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
Steele, who does a great job. He does a great job with spread pretty thin. He does a good job of getting around.
We are back on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez, David Zink from the Press Enterprise, no nickname intern Nick, world famous intern Angel in the house, of course, Greg running the ship. And we got Brian Silva from SBBC stopping in a little bit later. He's the birthday boy, too. He said if there's one birthday wish he could have, just one in the entire world, it would be here today.
Look at you doing. Look at you doing charity at Christmas.
I know. I said, you know what? We can make that Christmas dream come true. You could come in actually.
Are you gonna take a picture with him on your lap or anything like that, like Santa?
We could. You can tell me what he wants for Christmas. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that.
Oh,
you can sit on my lap. I'll ask you. Maybe I'll wear Intern Angel's USC Santa cap over there. Yeah, there you go. So we've got a lot to get to about Centennial. We're going to break down more of our Happy Festivus grievances because we got a lot of problems with a lot of people. It's going to get ugly.
I got a notebook full.
So we've got a lot of issues with people. It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona, adrenalineathletic.com. Spoiled, quick quality oil change right here in Riverside. Hey, and the Orange Crest Junior All-American football and cheer team jumping on board as well. Thank you for supporting our live broadcast of Citrus Hill versus Calabasas tonight in the live pre- and post-game shows on the Inland Sports YouTube channels. Breaking news that you won't hear anywhere else but right here on the Inland Sports Show. We're talking about the 31st annual IE All-Star Football Classic. Now, last week we told you it was January 23rd. Well, in the past week they called an audible. January 23rd will be Media Day. The actual game will be January 30th. And the location has been set. Zink, you look like you're about.
Well, and the reason it moved was because Jim Clover seems to think he's got a vibe on
yeah, let's
El
talk
Nino.
about that.
So he's got a little bit of he understands El Nino somehow.
Let me,
and in long range flying.
Let me set the
I'm rolling here.
Okay, and then I'll set the table for you. No, go ahead.
Okay, so in long range weather reports,
yes,
Jim Clover reports. I guess he's like Dr. George, or he's like Dallas Rains. And in this whole thing, he goes and looks. Well, on the 23rd, 40% chance of rain. But the 30th, really slight chance of rain. Game's on the 30th.
We had a meeting of the minds. Mayor Rusty Bailey's office. We're all sitting there. And
By the way, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
it was cool.
It's not often you get to do that stuff.
Inland sports is big time. What can we say? So we're sitting there, and Jim Clover's like, yeah, the game has to be on the 30th. I've looked at the long, extended forecast. And he was dead serious, right? Jim Clover's your boy. You know him better than I do.
I think we should get him a green screen, a clicker, and some maps, and just let him start doing weather for us, because apparently he knows what's going on. It's a 40% chance of rain on the weekend, the Saturday the 23rd, but on the 30th, it's only a slight chance based on long-range forecasting.
I think we're good. Thanks to Jim Clover.
Thank God.
Let's bring him in. We're going to have him in studio before the All-Star game.
We have to.
And we're going to let him break down the weather report. Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be.
Sounds riveting.
He should call in the day of to give us the weather report on the game Saturday night.
We need a
But we
green screen
digress.
here. Yeah.
Pep, we just
So
digress
anyways,
here.
here's the breaking news that you'll hear here first and nowhere else. It's January 30th. There's a media day the 23rd. That would be the Saturday before the game. There will be a banquet, right, the night before the game, which would be January 29th. And we've got a stadium now. Can we say it?
We can.
Why don't you say it?
With authority. Well, John
With the
Tibbles
blessings,
jumped
yes.
at the opportunity to have us bring the game back to Riverside. Has not been back in town for a good long time. Since it was the Riverside County All-Star game, we've been around the block.
They
but
threw out
now,
maybe 20 years, like maybe 2 decades.
It's at least that much. I mean, it's been all over the place, everywhere from Rancho Cucamonga to East Vale, and you can name south of Riverside County, and I mean, all kinds of places. We had it at the Lake Elsinore Storm Field. So, I mean, it's been everywhere.
It's been all over.
But it's back at Ramona High School on the 30th, and we will be having, obviously, the same festive activities. Festive activities. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a good game now. And we announced last week that it's Coach Steinberg with the Riverside County All-Stars, and Coach Rogers from Cajon will be taking on the San Bernardino County All-Stars, and it'll be, I'm going to say it's going to be a good game. I know last year we went with Orange County All-Stars, but it seemed to
We destroyed them. We're over Orange County.
You know.
That was the greatest game in the history of the
the greatest game in the history.
And we're moving on. Let's move on.
Orange County was too easy. Time to bring it back home. Riverside versus San Bernardino.
You know, they're going to bow up and just. I'm gonna if I get beat up going to my car from some Orange County guys, I'm calling you.
That's my grievance. Orange County thinks they're so cool. John, I got an issue with you, OC. Anyways, it's Riverside versus San Bernardino. Like Zink said, January 30th at Ramona High School. There will be a media day the Saturday before and a banquet the night before.
Gates open at 5:30.
So more details, exclusive right here on the Inland Sports Show in the coming weeks. The rosters are beginning to take a little bit of shape. The coaches are contacting players. There's been suggestions on who should be in the game. So it's all coming together. It's the biggest game in the history of games. Is that
You know
fair?
what? I think it's a good tweet at us. Tell us who you want to see in the All-Star game.
Yeah, because if you're not following at Inland_sports, you're going to miss some of these details. And if you're a player out there, listen.
And if you're not watching our YouTube channel, you're not going to see the game.
It's going to be sad.
On the 30th because it's our broadcast.
It's our Inland Sports will have the live broadcast of the 31st annual IE All-Star Football Classic. Angel, you'll be gone, right? You can't be part of it. Can you come home?
I could make a VIP appearance.
On a very special All-Star game broadcast.
He said he'll come back for a VIP, like roll out the red carpet. He wants a hospitality
I'll be at the media
room.
day the week before.
What are your demands for us to get you back?
We got a 20, like a 6-wheel limo, something, you know.
Whoa.
No, nothing too fancy.
All right, Nick. Nick, how do you feel about sideline reporting?
Right? Nick's down.
Let's go it. Let's do it.
All right, so that's the big game. So keep it tuned into the Inland Sports Show and follow us on Twitter for exclusive details. Before we get to our Festivus stuff, Centennial versus De La Salle. Here's what you need to know. It's next Saturday, December 19th, Sacramento State University. For the first time in Northern California. Guys usually come down here and play in Southern California. And Zink, you and I were talking about this, and either you can back me up or you can throw me under the bus and go the opposite direction because I know you like to be combative anyways. This is the first time, in my eyes, that Centennial is the favorite going into the game against De La Salle. They're number one in the nation.
And interestingly enough, I said something to Matt Logan about that, and he poo-pooed it completely.
He did?
He did.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do, right?
But I'm just saying what the guy who's in the position you want him to be the Centennial
Yeah.
coach and all. That's what he said.
If you're watching us live and amplified on our Inland Sports YouTube channel, we got some highlights from last year's game. What was it, like 42-42 or something like that? And De La Salle got a couple at the end, and what was it? I don't know, 62-48 or whatever the final score was. But it was close until the end, and I just feel like this year, with the players Centennial has, with the season they've had, they're number one in the nation. I mean, you can go across the galaxy, you won't find a better high school football team than Centennial High School. I just feel like this year, for the first time, against De La Salle, they're the favorite going into the contest.
I mean, I know about the Mars Unified School District. They're pretty good, too. But, one mini grievance. Catalano, man.
Whoa.
He's early. He's early with this. Early with these. I got another time.
No, go ahead. Break out the Festivus.
Our boy Catalano, man. The quarterback of the number one team in the nation. Well, he's got to be getting some looks, man.
He needs it.
So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a refresher on the De La Salle / Centennial. Last year it was 63-42. And last year, Centennial, they lost last year to Mater Dei, Bishop Gorman, and then De La Salle. And then also, they lose to De La Salle in 2012, 48-28.
But they beat them in 2008.
Huh?
They beat De La Salle in 2000.
They did beat De La Salle in 2000.
So what's their overall record?
They're 1-3 against De La Salle. But like I said earlier in the season, I think this is the year.
This is the year.
I think personally, I think that this is the best season a Centennial football team has had, based on level of playing, based on performance, and then based on how far they've gotten. Even if they lose the state championship game, I think this is the best season that Centennial has ever had in the program under Matt Logan or before, I guess. So.
You could be right. I think this is a special year. I think they're going to be celebrating Christmas with a state title, the #1 national ranking, all that stuff.
Again, Matt Logan poo-pooed me completely.
But you know what?
I said all that.
He wants to downplay it, man.
Then I thought to myself, man, I'm honking at this guy.
Matt Logan's our homie. Do you think he's going to say, yep, we're the favorite, we're so awesome? That's not his style.
I'm trying to be realistic. He's Belichicking us.
He is. But that's his style. You've got to. You can't go like, yep, we're the favorite. We're going to beat De La Salle.
I would like a guy to do that. I would. It would be great.
There's only one guy who does it, Rex Ryan. Everybody else can't do it, right?
Dude, like Muhammad Ali did it for a career. I am the greatest of all time.
Matt Logan is so humble and modest. I can never see him saying anything, even remotely like.
Don't you kind of get the feeling maybe it just kind of floats off of him? You can't see it because you need special glasses to see that certain tint that comes off. But it's like there's something he exudes that exudes. Yeah, I am all that in a bag of chips.
Just winning his confidence, right? Yeah. I mean, he knows what he
All
does.
right, I'll leave him alone. There's a lot of great coaches. We're talking Matt Logan.
We love Matt Logan.
I can hear people going, God, would you get off him, please?
Listen, of course, everyone knows if you listen to the show, we love Matt Logan. J.J. Taylor's at full strength. Last year he had that emergency appendectomy in the Pac-5 playoffs. It's going to be a great game. That's next Saturday, so a week from today at Sacramento State University. So that's going to be.
And you and I are going, right?
Did you talk to my wife about that or what? Road trip.
I just pull up, power slide right in front of his house.
Can you mix in a Sacramento Kings game?
No. Why would we do that?
Man.
Let's pack the minivan.
Hottest team in basketball.
If you buy the tickets, I'll go. But I ain't buying tickets to a Sacramento Kings game.
Let me say this. I'm going to look at the Kings schedule. If they're home that weekend, I'm going to leave the door just a little bit ajar. Just a little bit. I don't know if I want to take that battle up with my wife, but we'll see.
Wow.
A DeMarcus Cousins game.
You got a skirt on there, Pep?
Nothing says.
If someone else is wearing the pants in your family.
Listen. Oh.
Good morning.
Hello. I got a new Festivus grievance and zinc. Actually, let's bring Brian Silva in from San Bernardino Valley College. We're going to talk about a little SBVC real quick before we dive into all the things that really annoy us and really just make us mad and disappointments. Brian, welcome to the show. It's we've been described as like a frat party, but on the radio. Is that kind of what you're getting here?
Pretty close. Awesome atmosphere. Great opportunity to be with you guys today.
So I'm at Valley College all the time, and talk about all the renovations. Like, there's stuff going on all over the place. The football field, around the gym. I don't even know what's all going on. What's going on at SBVC?
We've got a $147 million gymnasium that's going up. It's replacing a gymnasium that was built during the Johnson administration, and it's an awesome thing to see it going up, being built every day. We've got visitor stands that are going in. For the football stadium, we We haven't had any permanent stands there. And we're in the process of getting our softball team back onto campus for the first time in 4 years, so we're excited about that as well.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's construction everywhere, a lot of good things happening. Well, we got you here in the studio. Pretty
Yes,
big
sir.
week for Daniel Epperson, right? The quarterback for the football team, and the head coach, John Shipp. You want to break that news?
Yeah, John Shipp was named Coach of the Year for the Mountain Conference. And Daniel Epperson signed a letter of intent with Delaware State University.
Division I.
Division I school, yep.
So they finished, 9-2 this year, got to a bowl game, and loaded with local guys. When you go down the roster, I mean, it's just like an all-star team of Inland Empire players.
Right, and we've got some awesome freshman returners that are coming back. It's gonna be a fantastic year coming up for San Bernardino Valley College football.
Is it true that your birthday wish was just to be here on the Inland Sports Show? I mean, I said that, but I kind of got the feeling there's some truth right there.
There's definitely an element of truth there, to say the least.
Did your wife say, Brian, what's the one thing you want? You said, you know what?
I told her, let me put that on pause and let me text Pep really quick.
Yeah. Do you want to go out to dinner? Do you want to go to a game? Go see a movie? Hold on a second. Let me text Pep and see if I can get on the show first, and then we'll just go from there.
Well, I do want to acknowledge that I'm very pleased to see that UNLV decided to come into town for my birthday and play UCR. I'm looking forward to the Highlanders taking it to them, which should be good.
What, UNLV's like, 28th in the nation or something like that? I mean,
yeah.
they're ranked pretty high.
Yeah, this could be the biggest game in program history, pretty much.
Whoa! Put the bar high.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we haven't had we visited opponents probably ranked around this area, 28 or maybe even a little higher, but hosting them at UCR is huge.
Talking with Brian Silver from San Bernardino Valley College, sports information specialist. Is that fair?
Yeah, director. Yeah.
Director. I'm sorry, I undersold him. See, he's like, man, worst birthday wish ever. I'm leaving. Hey, Zink, let's get you and the interns back here. Let's start this Festivus party. Oh boy. Because I got a lot of problems with you people, and it's gonna take a while. And we're going to take this into the third and final segment, too, as well. So, Festivus, I just want to set the table real quick because we got a couple minutes left in this segment. Festivus from Seinfeld, if you're not familiar, there's several things about the holiday, but the big one is you air your grievances. Things that just really bother you about other people, disappointing things, what annoys you. This is like a 20 or 30 second clip of George's dad telling you what Festivus is all about. So if you're not familiar, you can at least follow along and at least laugh with us. So here's a clip from Seinfeld. So there it is. That's what Festivus is all about. You go to your people that you love, and you say, man, this is how you disappointed me this year.
But you didn't give us a turning point. The turning point was when, as his fists rained down on another man fighting over a doll, he decided there has to be a better way.
There has to be a better way.
So you totally missed that.
No, do you want me to play the whole episode? That was the gist of it. That was the gist of it. So, should we have our guests go first? Brian, do you have grievances that you'd like to air here on the Inland Sports Show?
I do. As a matter of fact, I wanted to start off with Christmas songs. I love Christmas songs, but there's like 3 that are constantly overplayed every hour on the hour.
He's angry.
Okay, so Baby It's Cold Outside.
There's one.
Santa Baby. And Happy Xmas War is Over. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I love myself some Dean Martin, and but Baby It's Cold Outside kind of sounds like a little bit of a molester going on there. Santa Baby. I love myself some Eartha Kitt. Who doesn't love the original Catwoman?
Yeah.
But that's just a disturbing song, Gold Digger song. I'm not a big fan of that. But the worst of the worst.
The very worst.
The very worst. Happy Xmas War is Over by John Lennon. I know that a few think that John Lennon was a poet of a generation. But that 45-year-old protest song needs to be put away like Barbaro. I want to hear a little bit more Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis.
There you go.
Than over John Lennon right now.
He's angry. He doesn't like Christmas songs, or at least those three.
Those three, that's it.
And like George, or like Frank, he doesn't mince words.
No, he doesn't. Is that it? Do you have anything else you need to air? Do you feel better, like it's off your chest?
I do, tremendously.
All right, let's let one of the interns
Come on.
go.
No. See, we're letting him off
we got a break in 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute, but come on, you don't get enough coverage. You're supposed to use that. This is your platform. By the way, we do a lot of great things at San Bernardino Valley College,
yes,
and we do not get
enough coverage.
I mean, seriously, you have better things to do than San Bernardino Valley College?
Doubt it.
Sports coverage?
Doubt it.
I mean, Pep's got time.
I'm there.
And he's always there.
See? See? I mean, we got to air that grievance.
All right, listen, we got 1 more minute. Let's go with intern Nick in the back.
Oh, God.
Let's air your grievances. You got about a minute or two here, then we got to hit a break, and we'll come right back and do more Festivus. Nick, what's really bothering you? Who's disappointed you?
Number one pet peeve in the professional sports industry.
Yes.
In-game sports interviews with the coaches, the players on the sideline.
You don't like it, huh?
It's terrible. It's irrelevant. They set them up for failure.
They're trying to focus on the game, and the reporters are
Exactly.
asking them questions.
I'm trying to focus on the game. I don't want to hear anyone interview.
You're just trying to watch it, you can't even focus.
Exactly. None of the split screen, none of that.
Don't like it.
The first step of the dugout, looking up, talking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that the only thing that bothers you?
There's many more, but
that's the big one.
That can be saved for the third segment.
Okay. All right, when we come back,
just teased.
We're going to have more Festivus because we've got a lot of problems with a lot of people. And we're going to break this down. They're all some of them are sports related to the local scene, right? So
Mine are.
Yours are. All right, so we're going to talk about that more when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Every sport that we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your
1350.com. Now, here's more with Pep on the Inland Empire Sports Show.
You guys think I wore this Citrus Hill shirt by accident? Flying the colors. Citrus Hill taking on Calabasas tonight, state regional. You can watch that game live on Teen Vision, Inland Sports with your live pregame and postgame shows with scores, highlights, interviews, all the good stuff, analysis from Coach Geringer at San Gorgonio. It's going to be great. That's tonight at Citrus Hill High School. But now we go back to our grievances because we're celebrating Festivus here on the Inland Sports Show. And we've got a very special guest joining us on the line right now. And he's got do you got a lot of problems with a lot of people?
I have problems with a few. Most of them are in that room right there you're standing in.
Oh, okay.
But my first is to Matt Logan.
Okay.
My biggest grievance with Matt Logan is the guy has 10 CIF championships, is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's right. He has 10 CIF titles.
I barely have 10 wins in my entire career, and the guy has 10 championships.
That's true. That's true. Who's the problems you have in the room here?
Okay, here. First of all, let's go with world famous Angel the Intern.
Okay.
His farewell tour is lasting longer than Kobe Bryant.
Dude. He makes more shots than Kobe. That's
yeah, that's true.
Enough is enough. Get going to USC, will you?
He's got a point. All right, what else do you got?
Fight on.
Okay, next I have no-name intern Nick. Embrace the banks and eat a damn cheeseburger. we need to bulk you up in the next year. Now that you're on the radio and the YouTube, the ladies will be coming.
Oh.
Yeah. How will he be able to fend off groupies built like my 9-year-old son?
Could you hear that, Nick?
No.
Okay, we'll have to reiterate what he just said. Okay, what else do we got here?
And then Greg, the chairman of the board.
Yes.
Demand more airtime. You are a talent that needs a voice.
Exactly. That's what we've been saying.
Especially with that Colton sweatshirt.
Yeah.
He sounds like Mel Torme when he talks. Why isn't he on the radio more?
Good question.
Okay, next. Nick, can you please change that Twitter profile picture? You look like a pensive Campbell kid. And one more thing. Can you stop writing articles about things I have no clue about? How much can a man write about drag racing? Races last 4 seconds, and the cars go 350 miles an hour. Enough said.
By the way, this is Jeff Gorham, head basketball coach.
No, you're kidding me.
I wanted to keep it a secret as long as I could. You guys knew.
You're awesome, Jeff.
Oh, you still got more.
He's still angry. He's still angry.
Oh, he still got Pep.
Yeah.
All right, and Pep, for the love of anything that is holy, stop carving initials in your head. One, it looks really silly, and two, how does it feel sleeping on the couch for a few weeks? Because I know Lady Pep could not have possibly liked that haircut.
He's got a point.
Yeah, and finally.
Yes.
Finally, in conclusion, now I'm going to drop the mic. And finally, I want to see the feats of strength from you guys. Festivus doesn't end till the matriarch is pinned. So why don't the four of you pin Pep and pink belly that little bastard?
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, no problem. Love you guys.
Happy Festivus.
Don't get up. Keep listening, Jeff. Keep listening.
I will.
All right.
Happy Festivus for the rest of us. Good night now.
See you, brother.
You can always count on Jeff.
Blast. Holy crap.
He's a big Seinfeld fan. When he heard the Festivus episode, he's like, "What do I got to do to get in there?"
Well, Jeff is a great non-denominational guy.
Yeah.
He appreciates all that is spiritual.
He's equal opportunity in terms of being angry at people. He doesn't care what you are, where you're from. He's gonna have a beef with you. So it's fair enough. All right, we got to keep this moving. We're running out of time here. world famous. You've got a lot of anger on your face. Let's get it off your chest.
I'm gonna
Happy Festivus, by the way.
I'm gonna keep this as G-rated as possible.
Okay, please.
I'm a family guy. I hang out with my family a lot more than other kids my age probably.
Okay.
And I gotta shoot one out to the TBS post-game baseball coverage people.
You don't like them?
I got problems with the advertising most specifically.
Who is it?
So look, I'm sitting with my parents, my wife, my kids, and every 15 seconds, man, I have to deal with the Viagra or Cialis commercial.
And you're sitting there with your dad.
Sitting there with my folks, my dog. It is just incredibly uncomfortable. The chick wearing the football jersey, it's not making it more appealing, and it's just quite awkward, man. I'm sorry.
It just opens the door to a conversation with your parents about their sex life. I mean, what's the big deal?
What's the big deal?
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right,
Sorry, TBS.
That's his grievance. David Zink from the Press Enterprise.
Wait, you don't have any more?
Oh, that's probably the biggest one on my chest. And I see you have like a whole.
Oh, I got a
notebook.
And
He's got a list.
Just to get right back, so we can get Jeff off, so he doesn't have to listen any longer.
Sure.
I'm just gonna get Jeff first.
Okay.
So Jeff, thinking we're a dog and pony show, so you just say, "Here, come sit on my bench." Stop asking me. I'm not a dog or a pony. I might be a dog and a pony, but believe me, I'm not on your bench, a dog and pony.
He asked us to come sit on his bench as his coaching staff.
He totally dismissed the fact that I wanted to actually coach.
Yeah,
If you're gonna have me on the bench as a coach, I want to coach somebody. I don't want to sit there and fake like I'm coaching. Yeah. I'm not carrying a clipboard unless I can hit a kid with it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's true.
All right.
So that's really. I mean, I just kind of. It's really. We're gonna add frivolity to the Braves basketball games.
True. All right, let's go to the next one. We're running out of time.
No,
here.
man, I got the floor. No. Okay, so Bob Johnson.
Yes.
I'm not going to go any farther. We know about that.
Wait, who is he again?
That's Mission Viejo head coach. Who
I've never
threw me
heard
off
of
the
him.
sideline along with Dennis Pope.
Okay.
Bob Johnson. That's a grievance I have.
Okay.
I've never in a dark alley. I'm going to punch him. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. That's silly. Probably beat me up. He's 70 years old.
Going after my boy Dennis Pope.
Coach's challenge.
Yeah.
What happened? Come on, really? That's a grievance of mine. I thought I had people who were going to compete with me. Ridiculous.
Oh, man.
I mean, geez.
Yeah, you ran away.
You guys obviously need to do your homework a little bit more before you start popping off about how good you are at picking coaches.
I misunderstood the rules.
Order has something to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Tiger Face?
Yeah.
It never happened. What's that? Did you threaten me with stuff you never... What's up with that?
You didn't even know what we were talking about. We brought it up. You're like, Tiger Face. I didn't say that.
Okay, and coaches,
yes.
The whole I need to spend more time with my family, or the administration that we can't speak about it because it's a personnel issue. Really? Don't tell me about it if you can't talk about it.
Yes.
Please.
Man, you're angry.
Oh, I'm Frank.
About this.
I am Frank.
Man.
And jerseys.
Yes.
Please make the numbers white. Please. Yes, Santiago, I'm talking about you.
You got to read the numbers.
And finally, our show, 1 hour. Really, Pep? We need more time. I got a lot more grievances right here, Pep.
He's got a long list of grievances.
More
guys.
Time.
Let's take a picture, put that on Twitter.
I feel much better now. Yeah, I do. I feel better. This is great.
Very cathartic. Very cathartic.
All right, I'm going to make mine quick because I'm pretty unhappy. And I'm going to bottle most of this in, but I'll get a little bit out. One thing, people not believing our CIF passes aren't real. That's happened to a lot of us.
Oh, God, yes.
Dude, if I'm sneaking into a high school volleyball game or a random high school football game, I got bigger problems than creating fake CIF passes. They're real. And I'm there. It's happening.
And I'm selling them on the side.
They're real and they're fabulous.
Yeah, they're fabulous. They're real, okay? And they're CIF passes. They're legit. So if you're questioning me if they're real, they're real. They're from the CIF Southern Section.
Oh, and by the way, my neighbor Wynn, #1 fan, listens every Saturday in his garage while he's doing nothing. He just listens to us. Wynn, shout out, and we don't give you enough love. That's a grievance I have.
You're mad about that?
Yeah, Wynn. We'll talk later.
How about teams that call timeout in a blowout? It's like a fourth quarter, and they're down by 50, and they're calling timeouts. Don't do it! Drives me nuts!
Deadline.
Oh, it drives me nuts. How about
7:30 starts? What's up with that?
I hate the late kickoffs. Yeah. It's only 30 minutes from the 7 o'clock kickoff, but it's a world. It's an eternity of time for us. How about? Listen, I know you got to do homecoming, but the long halftimes kill me. They just do. I can't sit through them. They're too long.
Do they all have to be like the Broadway production of Lion King too? I mean, really?
They are. It's Star Wars is the theme this year. Do it before the game. Start at 6 o'clock. Do an hour-long homecoming extravaganza blowout. I don't care. Halftime way.
I got
too long
deadline.
And then finally, secretive coaches. I go out to a game, they want to know, or a practice, they want to know what I'm going to ask, who I'm filming, what kind of shots I'm getting. Listen, here's the deal. I'm not out there to ambush you. I'm not investigating anything. I'm not digging up any dirt. I just want to know how your season's going to be. That's it. That's it. I have no hidden agenda. Greg?
Oh, Greg.
I got one grievance is when I spend time with my girlfriend watching a game and every commercial there's like a ring or like a bracelet. What's up with that? Please, no more.
A preemptive strike on having to get engaged. I like that.
Question. Come on.
Yeah. Nah.
Do we all feel better?
Yes.
On the Festivus episode?
Kind of. I'm just looking to see if there's anything I missed. I'm really that spend more time with my family thing really bugs me.
Yeah.
Nobody leaves a job like that.
You think they really like their families?
I got fired. So when I get fired and someone says, "Did you get fired?" No, I want to spend more time with my family.
Exactly.
That's a great excuse. My final grievance has to be with coaches, and this goes to the community colleges and this goes in high schools. When you submit numbers and names and that's it, no positions, no height, no weight, no high schools, no nothing, you stink.
He's angry. That came from deep within. I mean, he was mad.
We need to stop. There's going to be stuff being thrown around pretty soon.
Yeah. It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. Spoil quick quality oil change in Riverside. Of course, shout out to Orange Crest Junior All-American Football and Cheer. We appreciate their support as well. Once again, Citrus Hill versus Calabasas live tonight on Teen Vision and live pregame and postgame show on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to Jeff Gorham, head basketball coach at Notre Vista High School. And Eric Zobal, head football coach at Citrus Hill. Best of luck to the Hawks tonight as they take on Calabasas in the Division 2A State Regional. We'll have your live coverage on Inland Sports. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next Saturday on the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.